All right, so now Mitt Romney is an outsourcer. The president's latest ad attack goes something like this. Romney didn't create jobs. He simply shipped them overseas. The Romney folks obviously deny that, but we couldn't help thinking and noticing this. Isn't the president the one talking up business partnerships with Brazil so we could get in on their oil finds, or spending taxpayer money on green energy companies so the Russians can buy the technology? To Gretchen Hamel on a president, she says, doth protest too much. What do you make of this, Gretchen?
Oh, well, I think the president's running on defense. We haven't seen him on offense hardly at all this campaign, except for the latest Osama bin Laden ad. But every ad he's had this far, pretty much, has been on defense and has been answering an ad from the right. And that's what this ad does. It answers an ad from the right, pointing at Mitt Romney, saying that he shipped jobs overseas when he was doing what some people say you can do in the private sector, and that's making businesses last. Having said that, I think the misuse here and the misuse of funds that are going overseas are really taxpayer dollars.
So when we look at something like this, and people just hear, all right, we hear Mitt Romney's this rich capitalist, and he started this firm that supposedly decimated companies, they don't look through the fine print on this. Is that the impression early on that the White House wants to paint of him, that he's just a greedy, heartless capitalist, and that's what you're going to get in the White House?
Well, they're going for a populist message, and they know that shipping jobs overseas is something that doesn't poll well or sit right with Americans. But what also doesn't sit right with Americans is a misuse of taxpayer dollars, and we've seen that time and time again. Whether it was the stimulus, whether it's the Export-Import Bank, which is up for reauthorization, we've seen tax dollar after tax dollar going overseas and supporting other entities, foreign entities, other than making
Gretchen, I mean, you articulated that beautifully, as you have in the past here, but no offense to Mitt Romney, he has not and does not. And maybe he will in debates with the president, but I've not seen it as yet. In other words, ceding an area where he clearly, at least when it comes to private capital formation, has an edge over the president.
He does have an edge over the president on this. He has been in business. He knows how to make businesses exist, and that's the kind of person that you want leading the country. Is you want someone who is a CEO who can make the hard decisions about where the cuts need to be had, and the government. And with a government that has grown 47% in debt since President Obama has been in office, we're going to need someone to make those hard decisions for us.
All right, but the president will obviously, I have now turned things around. The economy is picking up. Jobs are coming back. Not robustly, but enough and consistently to lay claim to this idea the recovery is real and it was my stimulus that did it. How do you think that's going to go down?
You know, it all depends on how the American people are feeling. And right now, they're not feeling like the economy is coming back. They're not feeling that in their pocketbooks because gas prices have increased. You've seen grocery prices increase. You've seen an increase in prices across the board. And people aren't seeing their paychecks increase. And so for them, they don't feel that growth. They don't feel that growth at home. And they don't feel it in their paycheck. And that's where President Obama is going to have a tough time.
We shall see. Gretchen, always good seeing you.
Good seeing you. Thank you.
Now, of course, another big difference with this